picked up a win over Harrisburg, 7-6. They move on to tomorrow's game, and they will play the loser of Brookings and Rapid City Post 22 at 4 o'clock. Brandon Valley and Watertown, the winner will play at 1 o'clock once again tomorrow, and they will play the loser of Sioux Falls West and Rapid City Post 320. So they, again, try to avoid having rematches throughout the first part of the bracket all the way until Saturday. They try to avoid rematches again on Friday, but that sometimes is impossible to do. John Wickler alongside Wyatt Simmons here for our second game, and Wyatt, we're off to a good start with that 7-6 win, a comeback win for Yankton, a really good baseball game, and we're hoping to maybe see another 3 of those type of games here later on today. But this, Brandon Valley Watertown team matchup, kind of the same that Yankton and Harrisburg are doing. They want to get some offense rolling here after getting shut out for Brandon Valley and only 2 runs for Watertown yesterday.
Yeah, and it probably had to be frustrating for them too, because that's the state tournament. You lost the first game and you get shut out. That does not feel very good. So they're thinking going in today that we got to get the bats rolling and get some hits, and offense has got to be rolling too.
Luke Felderman is going to start on the mound for Brandon Valley. He threw yesterday, but they kept him at 27 pitches, so he'd be available today. Hunter Halligan will throw for Watertown. Watertown end up with their Jackson McClemens. He'd be available tomorrow again. They try to keep as many guys available going into day 2. But we also saw, we talked about it in the first game too, but pitching-wise, these coaches have done a job of trying to make guys available to make that depth go farther into the state tournament if they're able to make that way.
Yeah, we saw a lot of teams do that, and it's kind of like a mind game. You just kind of have to figure out, you want to set yourself up for the future, but you also have to think about how that's going to cost you in this game right now.
So we'll send it over to Tyler Merriam for the introduction of our starting lineups, national anthem, all of the Legion code, all of that to get us started for our second game between Brandon Valley and Watertown.
We celebrate not only America's national pastime, but the 250th anniversary of our nation's independence. This is Game 6, an elimination contest, which will feature the visitors, Watertown Post 17. And the home team, the Lynx of Brandon Valley Post 131. Let's meet the lineups, beginning with the visitors, Watertown. The leadoff batter, left fielder, number 7, Cole Hinson. Batting second baseman, number 6, Kane Everson. Batting third, the shortstop, number 2, Carter Bisker. The cleanup batter, center fielder, number 22, Marcus Pitkin. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 5, Sam Olson. Hitting sixth, the catcher, number 10, Jonathan Lake. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 14, Kai Paulson. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 13, Jackson McClemens. Hitting ninth, the right fielder, number 23, Jackson Follick. The starting pitcher, number 8, Hunter Halligan. And the rest of the Watertown Arrows, featuring the bat boy, River Neal. Assistant coaches, Alex Gower and Travis Schmidt. And the head coach is Ryan Neal. Let's hear it one more time for River Neal, our bat boy. At this time, let's meet the starting lineup for the home team on the scoreboard. Brandon Valley Post 131. Leading off and playing center field, number 1, Grady Gindorf. Batting second, the shortstop, number 13, Braden Knudsen. Batting third baseman, number 8, Bryce Plucker. Cleanup batter, left fielder, number 22, Brighton Stroh. Hitting fifth, the catcher, number 3, Jack Blomgren. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 2, Max Peters. Batting seventh, right fielder, number 11, Taylor Melby. The eighth batter, second baseman, number 21, Ryder Mueller. Batting ninth, the designated hitter, number 4, Caleb Severin. The starting pitcher, number 50, Luke Felderman. And the rest of the Brandon Valley Lynx with assistant coach Evan Stemkin and the head coach Jeremy Van Heel. Our umpires for today's game. Behind home plate, Greg Warren. At first base, Chris Jackson. And at third base, Steve Creer. At this time, we ask that you all please rise and remove your hats for the reading of the American Legion Code of Sportsmanship, to be followed by the playing of our national anthem. First to recite the code, representing the South Dakota State American Legion Athletic Commission, from Box Elder, Mr. Marv Tisdall.
Welcome. Game 6 right now, guys. Good for being here. Let's have a great game. Good sportsmanship, okay? Repeat after me. I will keep the rules. I'll keep faith with my teammates. I'll keep my temper. I'll keep myself fit. I'll keep a stout heart in defeat. I'll keep my pride under in victory. Keep a sound soul, clean mind, healthy body. Congratulations, guys. Great game.
At this time, please remain standing and honor the flag beyond the center field fence as we have the playing of our national anthem.
So we are ready to go for our second game today between Watertown and Brandon Valley as we look at your starting lineups. First for the visitors, Watertown post 17. Cole Hansen will lead off. He's a left fielder. Kane Everson, the second baseman, batting second. Carter Bisker is a shortstop, batting third. Marcus Pitkin, the center fielder, will bat fourth. Sam Olson, the DH, is in the number 5 spot. Jonathan Lake will bat 6th. He's the catcher. Kai Paulson is the third baseman, batting 7th. Jackson McClemmons, the first baseman, batting 8th. And Jackson Fallick, the right fielder, is batting 9th, as we do have that mistake on our lineup sheet that it is not Ashton Rabine at first. It is McClemmons over at first base. So he is playing first and instead of Rabine in this ball game. And then we look at your starting lineup on the other side, as it's going to be Brandon Valley. Grady Gindorf, the center fielder, leading things off, followed by Brayden Knudsen, the shortstop. Bryce Plucker will bat third. He's the third baseman. Brian Stroh, the left fielder, batting fourth. Jack Blomgren will bat fifth. He's the catcher. Max Peters, the first baseman, batting 6th. Taylor Melby, the right fielder, batting 7th. Ryder Mueller, batting 8th, the second baseman. And Caleb Severin is the DH, batting 9th for Brandon Valley, as they have Luke Felderman on the mound. And he will make his second appearance in 2 days. We saw in Boston Frick for Yankton have his second appearance in 2 days, and Boston Frick no longer eligible to pitch tomorrow, but he could pitch again on Friday if they end up making it to that point. They'd have to win tomorrow's game against either Brookings or Post 22. But Felderman making his second start, as he in that first game for Brandon Valley only threw 27 pitches, 1 inning and 2/3 with 3 walks. Brandon Valley just, while they stayed in the game, Wyatt, it was a 3-0 loss. Their pitching staff didn't have their best stuff, but that also tells you just how good this pitching staff could be. If they're only losing 3-0 and they didn't have their best stuff, that's a dangerous pitching staff.
Well, it also shows you how reliable those relievers are as well, that they could trust them if, one of their starting pitchers doesn't have their stuff for that game, and we saw that happen yesterday as well.
So it's going to be Cole Hansen to lead off here in the top of the first. Again, we've seen one team be eliminated with the loss by the last game to Harrisburg, 7-6. Yankton came back and got the win. And now Cole Hansen for Watertown, Luke Felderman on the mound for Brandon Valley. We're ready to go and underway here in Game 2 as the first pitch is over for strike 1 here at 1:02 this afternoon. We played our last 10 o'clock game of the tournament with Yankton and Harrisburg, as that one is over for a strike, and the count is quickly 0-2 here to Cole Hansen. They played the last game yesterday. Hansen went 2 for 4 with 2 singles. That one is outside. The count's 1-2. Brandon Valley looking for their first runs of the state tournament. Harrisburg and Yankton, who were shut out yesterday, came back and were able to score combined 13 runs in that 7-6 game. Here's a fly ball to center field. Coming in is the center fielder in Gindorf to make the catch. And the leadoff man is gone as we look at the Brandon Valley defense around the horn. Brighton Stroh in left. It is Gindorf in center. Taylor Melby in right. Plucker at third. Knutson at short. Mueller at second. Peters at first. Blomgren is behind the plates. And Felderman on the mound. And it brings up Kane Everson here to the plates. First pitch to him will be over for strike 1. Yesterday, Everson went 1 for 3. He had one of those overall 8 hits for Watertown. That one's grounded foul. And the count is quickly 0-2. Watertown lost 10-2 to Post 22. They were down 7-0 before they got on the scoreboard. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Check swing, barehanded by Felderman. The throw to first is going to be in time. Felderman feeling his position as we check out the replay. We'll watch it from this angle right here, the bare hand by Felderman.
I haven't seen a lot of those this tournament.
Not at all. That's a great play to see the bare hand come out from the pitcher, and it brings up Carter Biskert out of the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. That first pitch is going to be upstairs for ball 1. As Bisker, the shortstop, the number 3 man in the batting order, he'll ground that one foul over to the third base coaching box, and Coach Neal will make the play and toss it to the opposing head coach, and Jeremy Van Heel. Bisker went 1 for 4 with an RBI single. He drove in the only RBI run. The other one was on a error by the catcher for Post 22. That one's fouled back. And the count's 0-2 quickly, and Felderman looking for a quick top of the first. Felderman on the season, he has thrown 41 2/3 innings coming into today. That one's over to the third base dugout. And the count remains at 0-2. He is making now his 13th appearance and his 9th start. He's got a 5-2 record with 2 saves, 13 runs, 8 of them earned, and 19 walks and 37 strikeouts. This one is lined to center field. Coming in as a center fielder in Gindorf. He'll make the catch, and that will take care of the top of the first. A 1-2-3 inning for Luke Felderman. Brandon Valley will come to the plate. No score between Brandon Valley and Watertown here in the elimination game. Game 2 here at the state tournament. So as we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the first, and it is a no score between Brandon Valley and Watertown. As you saw the lineup for post 131, Brandon Valley, Gindorf, Knutson, Plucker, Stroh, Blomgren, and Peters, Melby, Mueller, and Severin. And they go against Hunter Halligan, who is making his first appearance here at the state tournament. Halligan so far, he has thrown 78 and a third innings from the spring and summer. This will be his 17th starts. He had 8-3 record, 63 hits, 45 runs, 34 of them earned, 51 walks, 89 strikeouts, a 3.04 ERA, a 1.45 whip for Hunter Halligan, who threw a complete game shutout over Pier. 2-0 was the win to advance to the state tournament. As he went all 7 innings, only 5 hits allowed. First pitch swinging, popped up by Gindorf. Foul territory on the left side, long run. And it will be the left fielder, and unable to make the catch is Hansen down the left field line, and it will land just foul. That one hung up in the air for a really long time.
Yeah, I wondered if third baseman there for Watertown and Paulson, I wondered if he stopped and he was going to go right under it, and then Hansen kind of came out of nowhere, just was hanging up in the air for a long time.
Whenever he stopped it, I thought maybe the ball was just going to go out of play, and then all of a sudden, here comes Hansen flying in. Didn't think it was going to be up in the air that long, but it caught a little bit of the jet stream. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That'll miss low and inside. And a 1-1 count here to Grady Gindorf. Brandon Valley looking for their first runs of the state tournament. They lost 3-0 on a one-hit shutout, as this is out towards right center field, moving over the right fielder Fallick to make the catch. And there is one down. As we look at the Watertown defense around the horn. Hansen at left, Pitkin in center. Fallick had just made that catch in right. Paulson at third. Bisker at short. Everson at second. Jax McClemmons at first. Jonathan Lake behind the plates, and it is Hunter Halligan on the mound. And Braden Knutson, the shortstop, here at the plates. First pitch will bounce in for ball 1. Knutson, again, the only one hit for Brandon Valley yesterday in that 3-0 loss. That was by Ryder Mueller, the second baseman. It was an infield single as it counts 2-0. So a lot of offers. Krogman didn't walk anybody. He hit 4 guys, though. That was the only way that they had 5 base runners on. As it counts 2-1. So this offense sputtered yesterday, but an opportunity to get things rolling here in this game. Here's the 2-1. That will miss inside, and the count's now 3-1 here to Braden Knutson. That was to the dissatisfaction of the Watertown fans, as this one is grounded to the first base side. Gonna be a tough play. The toss, the slide, safe at first. A head first slide for Braden Knutson, who will get the infield single. As we look at the replay, and might even slow it down just to see how close that play was. And the catch is going to be really hard to see, but and again, with where everybody's at, it's kind of hard to see what hit first anyway. But it is a base hit, infield single for Braden Knutson. And a runner on at first with 1 out. And Bryce Plucker. Still got the infield single for Brandon Valley. Lefty Hunter Halligan working from the stretch. First pitch is right there for strike 1. Greg Warren calling balls and strikes behind the plate to Chris Jackson over at first and Steve Creer at third, who's now standing between first and second. Here's the 0-1. That'll miss low. And a 1-1 count here to Bryce Plucker. Plucker for Brandon Valley, the number 3 man, at .427 average coming into the state tournament. 5 doubles, a triple. He's driven 2 over the fence, 19 runs. There's a hit and run down the right field line. That will land fair as it was a pitch out, and a run will come in to score. Brandon Valley is going to take a 1-0 lead, 2 batters in.
Game of inches. That one was so close from going out for a foul ball deep into right field.
And I didn't get the replay in time captured, but the catcher in Jonathan Lake was moving to his right because they called a pitch out. It was a hit and run, so Knutson was going to, or Plucker was going to swing at it regardless, and he was able to get a piece of it and drive it down the right field line right on the line, as Wyatt said, a game of inches. Nearly was a foul ball, but it turns into a double to score the first run of the game, as that one's strike 1 on a swing and miss from Brighton Stroh. That is a wild first couple of batters here. There's 1 out. Runner on at second, a 1-0 lead here for post 131. There's a check swing. It's going to get away from the catcher in Lake, and over to third will go Plucker. They will appeal to see if he went. He did not go. And the count is now 1-1. And so a runner at third. Infield will come in all the way around. Brandon Valley is looking for their second run here in back-to-back batters. Wild pitch moves Plucker over to third. That one's fouled away. And the count goes to now a ball and 2 strikes. The lefty Halligan already in some early trouble. He did not give up a run against Pierre in the second game of that best-of-3 series. And the complete game shutout, and he's already given up a run. There's 3 batters into this game. This will miss low and inside. Blocked up by Lake, and the count goes now 2-2.
Come on, Brian, win here. On the line, bud.
Stroh, the left fielder. That pitch will miss low, and the count's now 3-2. He's looking for RBI number 17 of the season for him. He's got 3 doubles. He also has 2 home runs. Brandon Valley hit 17 home runs coming into this state tournament. Led by the 5 home runs from Grady Gindorf. 3-2 pitch. Here's a ground ball fielded by the third baseman. He'll look the runner back. The throw to first. Back to the bag on the base was McClemens, as Paulson will make the play. And there's now 2 down. And it will bring up now Jack Blomgren, the catcher. Blomgren, as he'll look for his 19th RBI. Blomgren has done his damage with 2 outs. 12 of his 18 RBIs has come with 2 away. That one's down the left field line. That will land on the line for a base hit. Blomgren's on his way to second. It's a 2-0 lead. 2 doubles on the lines. 2 runs score for Brandon Valley. 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. how many times can you say a game of inches in
Yeah,
this
right.
first inning?
Identical hits just on the opposite sides.
Blomgren had even slowed up running down the first base line because he thought it was going to go foul, and it just did not hook enough to go foul for Watertown. And so it's a 2-0 lead
Come on, Matt. Cap on the one.
here in the bottom of the first for Brandon Valley. Here's the first pitch, missing low for ball 1 to Max Peters. 3 hits in the inning, 2 doubles. Both being RBI doubles for Plucker and Blomgren. The 1-0 pitch. That was a line shot to right field, backing up the right fielder. Diving, can't make the catch. It's going to be Fallick, who rolls all the way out to the wall. On his way to third goes Max Peters. He's got to slide in with an RBI triple and a 3-0 lead for Brandon Valley.
This is exactly the start Brandon Valley needed here. From getting shut out yesterday and starting off hot here, they're rolling.
We'll have a mound visit here from Coach Neal. And it is a 3-0 lead. 3 extra base hits in the inning here for Brandon Valley. And we talked about the game of inches, but if Braden Knutson does not dive head first and ends up being safe at first base, you could find this inning being no runs on a 1 hit. Plucker probably doesn't get the double because it's not going to be hit and run anyway. But it turns into what would have been a ground out from Stroh that would have ended the inning, and we would have had no runs in the first 4 guys that came to the plate, and we'd be top of the second right now. We'd probably be halfway through the top of the second at that point. But instead, that head first slide from Knutson to be safe at first turns into an RBI double from Plucker, the RBI double from Blomgren, and then the triple from Max Peters. And the right fielder in Fallick almost dove to make the catch too. And what could have been 2 foul balls turns into 2 doubles. What could have been a diving catch turns into a triple. And I mean, you literally 3 runs on probably 3 inches right now for Brandon Valley.
Well, it's a big turnaround for Brandon Valley too, from only going from 1 hit yesterday to having 4 in their first 6 batters here in this game too.
The offense must have all slept pretty good right now. They had some good night's sleep last night to be ready to go. Taylor Melby, who has not come to the plate yet this state tournament, he was the pitcher yesterday, hit .405 during the regular season. That pitch will miss, and the count's now 1-2. .405 batting average for Melby. He's got 2 doubles. He has driven in 11 runs. Doesn't have a whole lot of at-bats, at just 42, but he does get base hits whenever he has those at-bats. There's a swing and a miss, and that will take care of the bottom of the first. A 3-run first inning for Brandon Valley on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the top of the second, 3-0 for Brandon Valley over Watertown here in the elimination game, game 2 of day 2 here at the state tournament at the Fitz on Hardhats TV. It is the top of the second, and it will be 4, 5, and 6 here for This Watertown Post 17 team down 3-0 here early on. It was a 4-0 lead for Post 22 after the first inning over Watertown last night. There's a swing and a miss for strike one to Marcus Pitkin. Both teams against Watertown have jumped out to early leads, but there's a lot of baseball left. Just only in the top of the second. The 0-1. That one is called a strike, and the count's now 0-2.
Do you want to stay here? Then knock it off.
We've got a warning to one of the fans here for Watertown. And home plate umpire will talk to Coach Neal of Watertown. He started walking to the third base dugout, but it was definitely a Watertown fan that has been vocal. You've probably heard him picked up on the crowd mic a couple times. There's a lot. I mean, it's intense on the field. It's intense in the stands, but
it's an intense game. It's an elimination game.
The season is on the line. It's a long travel out to Rapid City for both these teams. They want to stay more than just 2 days. That will be fouled back. The count's now 0-2, but it is also a hot day, and these umpires are probably not going to take a whole lot of chatter, very, very loud chatter from the fans. So the count is 0-2 here to Marcus Pitkin. The 0-2, that'll miss low. And so a 1-2 count. Sam Olson, who has been the best Watertown hitter in the playoffs, went 2 for 3 yesterday. He'll bat second here this inning. 1-2. They will check to see if he went. He did not, says the first base umpire, Chris Jackson. The count's now 2-2. The count. The right-hander Felderman delivers. Ground ball that is fouled down the third base line, so another 2-2 pitch coming up. And it'll bounce its way, roll its way into fair territory. Well, it stayed foul.
Almost.
Another game of inches right there.
Probably see a lot more here in this game.
2-2 pitch coming here from Felderman. That one is fouled right back. Would have came right into the press box, said there'd been no netting. Well, the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitkin will dig back in. Here's the 2-2 again here from Felderman. That'll be upstairs, and the count runs full at now 3-2. So Felderman, again, these guys that have stayed under 1 day rest and can come back again and pitch today, Felderman, one of those guys. You're probably going to extend him out anyway, but if you take him out early, he still has 1 day rest no matter what. That one barely skipped into the third base dugout. First time we've actually seen a ground ball bounce its way into the dugout. Usually somebody's up top to
trying to catch it. Or
yeah. It kind of scattered everybody in the Brandon Valley dugout. 3-2 again. That'll be a ball 4 and a good battle from Marcus Pitkin. He becomes the first base runner here for Watertown. And it will bring up Sam Olson to the plates.
Yeah, he started 0-2 on that count, first 2 pitches, and then stayed patient, fought off a few foul balls too, and earned that walk. So big opportunity here for Watertown to get their first batter here in the inning on first already.
So now Sam Olson went 2 for 3. He's got 7 hits. He's 7 for 10 in the playoffs, is Sam Olson. Not a bad 700 batting average for the DH. First pitch will miss inside for ball 1. With a runner on at first and nobody out here in the top of the second. Felderman, who threw 12 pitches in that first inning, is nearing 12 pitches in early in this top of the second, as it counts now 2-0. Watertown, the only team of the 4 in the elimination games that scored yesterday. Obviously, Brandon Valley's put 3 up in that first inning. Counts now 3-0. So Watertown, post 17, they're looking to score some runs here early on in this game, but kind of continue what they started to do and where it was the best of the 4 teams that lost, of being able to get some runs. Pickoff attempt, and diving back in safely without a tag attempt is Pitkin over at first. Thinking that Olson's probably taking all the way. The 3-0 pitch, and that will miss for ball 4. And it's now first and second here with nobody out. Back-to-back walks. And time will be called, and we'll have an early mound visit here at the top of the second. Brandon Valley was looking good in that first inning with a 1-2-3 inning. Felderman even had a barehanded play at the mound, but now he's walked back-to-back. And for post 131, their pitching staff has been good all season, but they've been a little bit more frustrated to have the coaching staff for post 131 through the first now 9 innings of their state tournaments. But a simple ground ball can help settle down this inning if you're Brandon Valley. But Jonathan Lake, the catcher, an opportunity to get one of those 3 runs back here at the base hit.
Catcher number 10, Jonathan Lake.
Lake digs in as he awaits the first pitch here from Felderman. A pickoff and throw to the, you saw it on the screen, that's how far away the shortstop and Knudsen was from the bag. You see him make the catch. Here's the first pitch. Inside for ball 1. First baseman and Peters is playing well inside the infield turf. Expecting maybe a bunt coming from Lake. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That'll be taken for a strike on the inside corner. You have Caleb Severin, the DH, is going out to warm up now for Brandon Valley, so they've not wasted a lot of time to get someone active in the bullpen. Here's a chopper over to third. Plucker will step on the bag at third. That's always going to get. He gets the lead runner for the first out. And so there is 1 down here in the top of the second, and it brings up now Kai Paulson.
Courtesy runner number 24, Max Sears.
Sears will run over at first in place of Lake, the courtesy runner. Kai Paulson, the third baseman, digs in. Paulson yesterday 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Swings to the first pitch and skies that one out of play on the left side. And the count is 0-1. And as you see the fans in the stands, they're moved down a little bit from that first game. A little bit more of some shaded area to sit at. That'll extend it through our third game, and then, but we're going to see, again, a lot of seats be filled for post 320 playing at 4 o'clock, and then, of course, post 22 playing at 7 o'clock. Line shot, that is caught. The throw back to second, it's a double play, and after 2 walks to open up the inning, it turns into a 6-4 double play to get out of the inning without any damage for Brandon Valley. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on base. We head to the bottom of the second. 3-0 lead for post 131 over Watertown here in the state tournament at the Fitz. It is the bottom of the second and a 3-0 lead for Brandon Valley over Watertown. And it is 8-9-1. Ryder Mueller, Caleb Severn, and Grady Gindorf. Hunter Halligan will try and work after that first inning of 3 runs being scored. Settle into this ball game and go deep into this game for Watertown. Winner of this game will play at 1 o'clock again tomorrow. The loser will be eliminated, but the winner will play at 1 o'clock against Sioux Falls West and Rapid City Post 320, which will be our 3rd game of the day and our first of 2 double elimination games. And then it's Brookings and Post 22 to play the final game of the night. As the first pitch is popped up right around the first base side, it will be McClemens that will call for it. He'll make the catch, 1 pitch and 1 out. Here to open up the bottom of the second. And it brings up Caleb Severn, the DH. Severn hit .304. He has 4 home runs, 21 runs driven in. Mueller, the one guy that had the base hit yesterday, flies down the first pitch or pops out on the first pitch. Second pitch of the inning, that has popped up. That should go out of play, and it will. Lands behind the third base dugout. And the count's 0-1.
Brandon, they're swinging early on like first, second pitches here early on, first inning too. So trying to get aggressive, get guys on base early.
They're not waiting to go down the count 0-2 or 1-2. They're looking to swing right away. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop to be fielded by Bisker. His throw to first is going to be in time. And 2 down quickly here in the bottom of the second. And it brings up Grady Gindorf, who flew out to right to open up the bottom of the first. Back to the top of the order for Post 131. There's always you hear some coaches say you got to work a count. Others say jump on those pitches right away. Some of it is, if things aren't going well for you, you say let's work a count. If things have been working well for you, and Brandon Valley certainly worked well in the first inning, and say, hey, let's just keep jumping on that first pitch strike if it's going to be there.
And they're in a situation where they need to do that too. The season's on the line, so got to come out hungry.
That pitch is fouled back, and the count's 1-1. Gindorf flew out to right. He's 0 for 1. Halligan threw 24 pitches in that first inning. He's got a chance to really limit the pitch count here in the second, as it's now a 1-2 count. And a rare take for a strike for Brandon Valley, especially in this inning. 1-2 pitch. That's grounded over to the third. That one's off the glove of the third baseman in Paulson, and no chance to make a play over at first. And so we'll see if it looks like it's going to be an infield hit. It is. And so a runner on at first with 2 away, and it will bring up Knutson.
Single for Gindorf brings up the shortstop.
Braden Knutson. He singled in that bottom of the first to get things started. The infield single. Diving head first into first. Pickoff attempt and back in safely is Gindorf. He's stolen 16 bases coming into the state tournament. That first pitch will miss low for ball 1. That's what got everything going, was that head first slide, and don't necessarily like guys to do that and risk a little bit of injury, but season's on the line. You're trying to do everything you possibly can. Runner takes off. Pitch is taken for a strike. The throw to second. We'll skip past the shortstop Bisker. It is a strike. A stolen base for Gindorf. He stands in scoring position now with a 1-1 count.
Punch him in, Braden.
And a base hit can make this a 4-0 lead. Halligan will come set from the stretch. That pitch and a bunt attempt, and then it ends up hitting Knutson. He was showing bunts, and then he pulled it back and got hit by the pitch. So it's now first and second with 2 away, and it brings up Bryce Plucker, who had the RBI double on the hit and run on a pitch out that turned into a double. everybody called the right thing on that. It just was executed by Brandon Valley.
Number 8, Bryce Plucker.
But the runner was off with Knutson. The pitch out was called, so it was actually a perfectly called pitch out by Watertown. And then the hit and run perfectly called to say, hey, if he's going, you got to swing no matter what, even if the ball's way out of the strike zone.
Right.
And it turned into an RBI double for Plucker. 1-0. 2-0 count here to Plucker. His RBI double turned into an RBI double from Jack Blongren, and then an RBI triple for Max Peters. That'll catch the inside edge, and the count's now 2-1. 2-1 pitch. Runner takes off for third. The throw to third almost got into left field, but it starts to get away from the third baseman. And Paulson, who got a glove on it, keeps that ball in play and keeps that ball from going to left field. And it's a stolen base for Gindorf and Knutson. Second and third now. The count is at 2-2 as it was taken for a strike. So even with that, Halligan's still a strike away from getting out of the inning. 2-2 pitch. That's a chopper to the shortstop, Bisker, who will field. His throw to first is going to be in time. And it takes care of the inning. They're able to work around the two guys on base with 2 outs. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 men left on. We head to the third, 3-0 for Brandon Valley over Watertown here at the Elimination Game, Game 2 of Day 2 of the 2026 State Tournament here on Hardhats TV. It is the top of the third and a 3-0 lead for Brandon Valley over Watertown. And it is 8-9-1. Jackson McClemens, Jackson Fallick, and Cole Hansen. This will be the first at-bat for Jackson McClemens after he pitched yesterday. First pitch will be upstairs for ball 1. And so for McClemens, he comes in hitting a .239, 3 doubles, a triple, and 17 runs driven in. That's a ground ball off of Felderman, who will field, and his throw to first is going to be in time for the first out, and they will make sure that he is okay. And we'll look at that replay from the center field camera and how hard that came right back at him, got him in the foot. But he seems to be okay. We'll watch it from the other replay angle here too. He seems to be like he is okay, and it doesn't feel good, but he's stayed with it, and I think they're going to give a, they got him right in the back of the calf, or right in the calf of the, that planting foot to planting leg, the left leg. But he seems to be okay, so there is one down. The second time that he's made a 1-3 put out. The first one he barehanded, so he's not had the easy opportunities to field the baseball.
Must be a magnet attached to him, ball magnet.
Jackson Fallick here at the plate. Here's the first pitch. That'll miss low and away for ball 1. Felderman had 2 walks to that top of the second, worked around it though, getting a fielder's choice, and then the line shot that turned into an inning-ending double play. As it counts now 2-0. Two-0 pitch will find the strike zone. And you always wonder how something like that will affect the psyche of a pitcher. If it's hurting your leg just a little bit, if you overcompensate, then all of a sudden you can't throw strikes because your release point is bad, where you're standing, not everything that you do is exactly the same.
Right.
And right now it's a 3-1 count. And it will be a 1-out walk. Third walk issued by Felderman. And a runner on at first with 1 away here in the top of the third, and it brings up the top of the order in Cole Hansen. He lined out to center to lead off the ball game.
Leadoff batter number 7, left fielder Cole Hansen.
Felderman now working from the stretch. That's a fly ball towards left center field. Moving over is the center fielder, and Gindorf will make the catch for the second out. And back to first goes Fallick, and there's 2 away here in the top of the third, and it brings up Kane Everson, who is 0 for 1 with a ground ball back to the pitcher of Felderman. That's calf is still bothering him a little bit.
I keep stepping off the mound and putting his hand down there, so hopefully everything's all right.
And, he's not available tomorrow no matter what, how many pitches he's thrown, but maybe if he's not able to keep going, that where you're sitting at right now, that was 39th pitch. If he can stay under 45, I believe, he would be able then to return on Friday and only 1 day rest and maybe give a chance to get the calf healed back up. That one's over for a strike. The count's 1-1. And Coach Jeremy Van Heel probably had not had that in his thought process, but he may start thinking about that a little bit if Felderman keeps looking at that calf, as that one will be a pitch in the turf, and the count's now 2-1. If he's, especially right now, I think it's going to be okay because you're still pitching. It's going to be how the 4th inning will be for you. If you're able to go in the dugout, sit down, and not let it start to hurt a little bit more or swell up or anything like that. It's after the inning is done is where the concern will continue to build for Felderman, if he's going to be able to stay in the game or not.
And hopefully he keeps moving around, making sure that's loose, not sitting down, letting that tighten up or cramp or anything. That's just going to make it worse.
Here's now the 3-1 pitch to Everson. That'll be inside, and it's now another walk issued, first and second, 4th walk issued, and now we're going to have Severin. I believe it's Severin again. Yeah, it is Severin that's going back down to the bullpen. And now we will have time called to allow Severin a chance to get loose out there in the left field bullpen again. They'll bring the entire infield in. 44 pitches for Felderman, so he is right at that spot right now. And it is, you can throw 45 pitches for 1 day rest. If you throw 46, then Felderman would not be available until Saturday again. But again, that may, for Brandon Valley, where they're kind of looking at how things can be, they probably would say, hey, if we can get to Saturday and we'd have Felderman available, that's a good start for us to try and win a state championship. It is Carter Bisker with runners at first and second and 2 away here in the top of the 4th. Make that the top of the 3rd, excuse me. First pitch to Bisker, ground ball to the shortstop. He'll go the easy way, and from Knutson to Mueller, that gets out of the inning. And it takes care of the 3rd. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the 3rd, 3-0 lead for Brandon Valley over Watertown here at the Fitz on Hardhats TV. As we head to the bottom of the third, it is 3-0 here for Brandon Valley over Watertown. John Winkler alongside Wyatt Simmons on this Wednesday in our second game of elimination. We saw Yankton eliminate Harrisburg 7-6 with a 4-run bottom of the sixth inning. Came back from that 3-run deficit, and it's a 3-run deficit right now for Watertown. As it is 4, 5, and 6, Bryden Stroh, Jack Blomgren, and Max Peters as the first pitch is swung on and missed by Stroh. And for this Brandon Valley team, one of these teams will advance. Brandon Valley right now leading 3-0. They've got Severn warming up in the bullpen as that one is going to be fouled out of play. 45 pitches have been thrown for Luke Felderman. So if they decide to take him out, and Wyatt and I have discussed that a little bit during the break, is that he'd only be 1 day rest, so you could pitch him again on Friday. He was going to be 1 day rest for sure anyway. There's a 3-pitch strikeout of Stroh, and Halligan will get the first out. That'll be his second strikeout, and 1 down here in the bottom of the third inning. Brings up now Jack Blomgren. But if you're able to work through this, and after getting hit in the calf, they will know how Luke Felderman is doing in the dugout, but certainly we're not questioning if Coach Van Heel takes him out of this game after that inning. Again, with Severn still warming up, you kind of feel like that's how it's going to be.
Yeah, might be in the stages of that happening, yeah.
Counts now 1-1 here to Jack Blomgren. And if he stays in, you know that Felderman's going to try and battle through it all. But if Coach Van Heel goes to his bullpen and goes to Caleb Severn, and then you know that, again, it's probably a wise decision as this one is lined out to center. Blomgren will be out. Pitkin makes the catch. 2 down. Quickly here in the bottom of the third, and it brings up now Max Peters. Got an RBI triple in that bottom of the first inning.
The first baseman, number 2, Max Peters.
So Peters, Blomgren, and Plucker, they have driven in the 3 runs, all with extra base hits. He'll line that one sharply out of play for the first strike, and the count's 0-1. Our second of 4 games today. The other 2 games coming up, all 4 teams are 1-0. Sioux Falls West and Rapid City Post 320, and then Brookings and Rapid City Post 22. The 1-1. That one is fouled out of play, and the count's now 1-2. We talked about in the first game about who would be the home team starting on day 3. Well, they did a blind draw the rest of the way for the home teams, as the count's now 2-2. The winner of this game will be the home team against the loser of Sioux Falls West and Post 320. Yankton will be the road team to the loser of Brookings and Rapid City Post 22. And then if Post 22 wins, they will not be the home team going into Thursday's game. That one is taken for strike 3 in a 3-up, 3-down inning for Hunter Halligan. 2 strikeouts in the inning. We head to the 4th, 3-0 lead for Brandon Valley over Watertown here in the state tournaments at the Fitz on Hardhats TV. As we welcome you back, it is the top of the fourth. And for Watertown, they have 4, 5, and 6. Marcus Pitkin back to the order. Sam Olson and Jonathan Lake, just like it was to start off the top of the second. Luke Felderman does stay on the mound, so he will continue to pitch here. That calf probably not bothering him like we thought maybe it would, as the first pitch is grounded over to the third baseman Plucker, who will field. His quick throw to first, 1 pitch and 1 out. That pitch does put Felderman at 2 days of rest. And so if he stays under 60 pitches now, he can come back and pitch on Saturday. If he throws 61 or more, his state tournament will be done on the mound. Sam Olson, who is drawing a walk in his first trip, looking for his first official at-bat in this game. Here's the first pitch to him. He'll swing at that pitch and flying out to left. Bryden Stroh moves to his right now. 2 pitches, 2 outs. And it brings up the catcher, Jonathan Lake, who will most likely be taking that first pitch. And Coach Neal, assuming that the fist down is a take sign.
Well, you're down 3-0 here, top of the fourth. Just take a chance here and see if you strike with it. Get a base hit, try to get an early run here.
As the first pitch will be upstairs for ball 1. Avoid the 3-pitch inning. Lake ground into a fielder's choice. That was over the third baseman Plucker. That 1-0 will find the zone. The count's 1-1. Felderman, the right-hander, will deliver the 1-1 pitch. That will bounce in front of the plate. The count's now 2-1. Looking still for a 6-pitch inning here is Felderman. Here's the 2-1. That'll be upstairs, and so after 2 pitches and 2 outs, he's gone to a 3-1 count now here to Jonathan Lake. Kai Paulson is waiting on deck. And that will be ball 4. And it'll be a runner on at first with 2 away. And it brings up Paulson, who is 0 for 1. He lined down to the shortstop in his first at-bat. Sears is courtesy running again for the catcher Lake over at first. And so the number 7 man of the order will come to the plate with 1 on and 2 outs. Watertown still looking for their first hit of the ball game. Felderman delivers the first one. Gonna get over for strike 1. And Paulson 0 for 1. He went 0 for 3 yesterday. The 0-1 pitch. That'll miss upstairs, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. Here to Paulson. A 1-1. That one just misses below the zone, and the count goes to now 2 balls and a strike. Now it's a 3-1 count. Felderman, who again had 2 pitches and 2 outs, now in danger of walking his 6th guy. And making it first and second for Jackson McClemens.
He's walked 4 batters, 2 in each the second and third inning as well.
And 3-1 pitch is a soft pop-up to shallow right field, and the second baseman Mueller will come out to make the catch. And that will take care of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, a man left on base. We head to the bottom of the fourth, a 3-0 lead for Brandon Valley over Watertown here at the Fitz and Post 22, the state tournament here on Hardhats TV. It is the bottom of the fourth.
Tomorrow afternoon.
8-9-1, make that 7-8-9. Taylor Melby, Ryder Mueller, and Caleb Severin. It'll be 8-9-1 at the top of the fifth for Watertown. Melby struck out swinging to end the first inning. Brandon Valley leads it 3-0 with those 3 runs in that first. As the first pitch will be taken for strike one here to Taylor Melby. You have 67 pitches for Luke Felderman. As the 0-1 will miss inside, and that makes it a 1-1 count. So he is now at 3 days rest, and that will put that past Saturday. Saturday will be the 3rd day of rest for him. So you would think now you're going to ride him out until you can't anymore. This one will be popped up. That'll be out of play. And the count's now 1-2. Halligan has thrown just his 53rd pitch.
Come on, Taylor, be tough here.
And again, if you don't take him out before the 60 pitch mark or at 60 pitches, that one will just miss. And the count's now 2-2.
We also saw Watertown go through 4 guys too last night against Post 22, so they kind of went through some guys in the bullpen, so they might have to look on some new guys here today.
There's a swing and a miss for a strikeout of Melby for the first out here in the bottom of the fourth. Brings up Ryder Mueller. Yeah, Cooper Heiser and Kason Jensen both threw enough to have 1 day rest. McClemens can come back tomorrow as well. He's also got 1 day rest. Well, they have 3 pitchers unavailable. Ashton Rabine didn't throw enough to need a day of rest, so he could potentially be that first guy in relief. Jonathan Lake has had to redo the left shin guard, and so that has put a little bit of delay for Ryder Mueller to come to the plate. He had the only hit for Brandon Valley yesterday, that infield single. And that 3-0 loss to Brookings. It'll be interesting to see what Brookings comes up with from the pitching side of things after Nolan Krogman. And you love to, if you're Brookings, you love to see a Nolan Krogman performance throughout this entire tournament. But you saw that why Nolan Krogman was their #1 guy. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop Bisker, the throw to first, and too quickly down here in the bottom of the fourth to now bring up Caleb Severin, the #9 man. But they're the only team in that won yesterday that will have. I mean, he's the only guy that's unavailable, but the only guy that they can't go back to at any point in this state tournament. But again, it was a 3-0 game. If it had been a 7 to 8-0 game at the time, maybe you get Krogman out and try to save him for Saturday. Potentially, again, you say that, but no coach is saying, hey, we for sure going to get there. You're trying to play the long game while playing the short game. As it counts 2-0 here to Severin. But a lot of strategy on pitching was used yesterday. And again, the strategy for Coach Roach of Brookings was, we're going to ride our guy to the finish line of this first game because he's got a 1-hit shutout and we're only up 3-0 right now. Here's the next pitch. That'll miss low, and it's now a 3-0 count here to Severin. And
10 strikeouts, too, for Nolan Krogman. I mean, don't see that a lot. 10 strikeouts is quite a bit.
Here's a 3-0. That one catches his own. The count's now 3-1. And really, too, he was probably the only guy of the 8 teams that played yesterday that would be ball 4 to bring up now Gindorf, the top of the order, that I think you can say had his best stuff and pitched the best. Staper threw 79 pitches for Post 22, and he had 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. He gave up 6 hits over the 4 1/3. It really probably, if every coach, you get asked, hey, did your starter have his best stuff yesterday? Coach Roach is going to say yes. Everybody else is going to say, nah, he could have better.
Right.
And that's a reason, too, why the coaches started to use that pitch count and play a little bit more of the long game when your best guy didn't have his best stuff. There's a pickoff attempt. Severin is going to second. The throw to second is in time, and he is picked off. He went on first movement. The throw went over to first, and then the throw went to second. And Severin is out, and that will take care of the inning. So there is no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We head to the fifth, 3-0 for Brandon Valley over Watertown here in the elimination game of the state tournament at the Fitz on Hardhats TV. As it is the bottom of the, I'll make that the top of the fifth inning now. Brandon Valley leads 3-0 over Watertown. Jackson McClemens, Jackson Fallick, and Cole Hansen, 8, 9, and 1. Luke Felderman has thrown 67 pitches. He is trying to go as deep as he can in this game as the first pitch will miss for ball one. 5 walks for him. That's the only 5 base runners that Watertown has had. They stranded 4 of those 5 guys on base. There's a line shot. That's a diving play by the second baseman. The throw to first is going to short hop, and it will end up being the first non-walk. And it will be an infield single that they will call it. A tough play. Don't know if we got the, you see that was too late on hitting the button. But the diving stop by the second baseman, Mueller, and McClemens will get the first hit for Watertown. So he is on at first. Nobody out. And now Jackson Fallick to the plate. He'll show bunt, pull it back, and taking it low for ball one. He drew a walk in his first trip up. First leadoff man, or second leadoff man they've got on base. Marcus Pitkin drew a leadoff walk in the second inning. That'll miss low, and the count's now 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. That one is over for a strike, and the count's now 2-1. Ground ball over to the third, diving stop by the third baseman Plucker. The throw to second for 1, back to first. It is not going to be in time. And there is a runner out at second, and there is 1 down. And look at the diving stop now, this time by Plucker. You get that first out at second. Nice diving stop and from his knees, and didn't get the replay. Likes to be fickle with me sometimes.
Back-to-back diving catches, too.
So a runner on at first, 1 out, fielder's choice. Now going to be Cole Hansen at the top of the order, as the first pitch will miss for ball 1. Hansen 0 for 2, 2 flyouts to center. There's a ground ball up the middle. That will be a base hit, and it's first and second. Felderman had to get out of that one too. It's first and second with 1 away, and Watertown is trying to string some base hits together and score their first runs of the ball game as we're past the halfway point here in the top of the 5th. And it's Kane Everson now who is 0 for 1 with a ground out back to the pitcher and drew a walk. First and second, 1 down here in the top of the 5th. That'll catch the zone for strike 1. Everson went 1 for 3 yesterday. walked and singled late in that game in the 5th and 7th inning for Watertown. The 0-1 is lifted foul to the right side. And the count's now 0-2. Felderman looking for the strikeout. He does not have one yet. He'll step off and reset. 5 walks, 2 singles given up, a fielder's choice on it, top of it all. But no strikeouts for Felderman. Now we'll have a conversation for Blomgren and Felderman. On the count at 0-2. Coming up after this game is done, it is our 2 double elimination games. Sioux Falls West and Rapid City Post 320, and then Brookings and Rapid City Post 22. You see there that Yankton's already won. We got the home teams up on the schedule as well. They did a blind draw, so starting tomorrow, it doesn't go by the seeds. It goes by who is dictated home on the blind draw of all those home games. The count's now 1-2. And you saw that, if you really look closely, that there could be 2 Rapid City teams play each other, and the team that's actually not the host team be the home team in the game. That one's grounded foul over to Coach Neal. He'll barehand. Throw it back to Felderman. And a little ESPN Top 10 music for Coach Neal making that play over at third. Here's the 1-2 again. That one again is fouled. And so it remains at 1-2 here for Kane Everson. Carter Bisker waiting on deck. Another 1-2 pitch here from Felderman. That one stays upstairs, and the count goes to now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 count. Everson has drawn a big battle, long battle. The 2-2. It's now full at 3-2. And in danger of his 6th walk. Eighth pitch of the at-bat. The 3-2 pitch. That's chopped off the plate. Only play is going to be over to first as Plucker will get it. Throws low. It is in time. They just got him over at first. A long hop from Bryce Plucker. Max Peters able to stick it out. And Everson is out by half a step. Both guys move up 90 feet to make it 2nd and 3rd now with 2 away.
The shortstop number 2, Carter Bisker.
And now it's Carter Bisker. He pitched number 74 here for Felderman. Bisker line shot. That is over the head of Plucker into left field for a base hit. The second run coming to the plate. The throw is going to be offline, and it is rounding second on his way to third. Bisker, the throw to third. He's going to be out.
Oh, he just took his hand off.
Yeah, he tried to keep his hand on the base. Coach Neal is very upset. Bisker is out. 2 runs have scored. And it is a 3-2 ball game, a 2 RBI double. And we have played 4.5, and things have gotten very interesting very quickly. 3-2, Brandon Valley leads over Watertown. It is the bottom of the 5th inning, and things have gone to almost haywire here. 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits. There was an error, and no one left on base. It is a 2 RBI single for Bisker. He took second on the throw that came in to home. Then he tried to go to third as the throw got away from home, and then he was thrown out at third. And so it turns into that inning-ending play with 2 runs scoring on the same play as it counts 1-1 here to the top of the order, Grady Gindorf. Felderman has thrown 74 pitches now through 5 innings. Here's the 1-1. That one is taken for a strike, and the count's now 1-2. One-two count. Taken for strike 3, and Gindorf will go down looking. And that is strikeouts number 5 for Hunter Halligan. And now it's Braden Knutson, followed by Bryce Plucker. Boy, this is, if you see Watertown put a 0 up on the scoreboard in this bottom of the 5th, they've got all the momentum going in the last 2 innings to try and come back and win this game. That one's fouled away for strike 1, and now it seems so long ago that Brandon Valley scored 3 runs on 4 hits in that first inning. They had all the momentum their way. Here's the 0-1. That'll bounce in, and the count's now 1-1. That may have caught Jonathan Lake a little bit more flush than he would have hoped to block that pitch. And so the count goes to now 1-1 as Greg Warren will hand a new baseball to the pitcher and Hunter Halligan. That was pitch number 68 for him. 74 for Felderman. This is 68 right now for Halligan. This will be his final appearance on the mound of this state tournament. 1-1 pitch is fouled back, and the count is now 1-2. We've seen one comeback happen. Yankton down 5-0. They're down 6-3 in the bottom of the 6th and came back and won 7-6. As that'll miss outside. And the count is now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here to Braden Knutson. The 2-2. That's a ground ball to the shortstop. Sliding play by Bisker. The throw to first. That is in time. That's a heck of a play from Carter Bisker. And there's now 2 down. As you look at that play, we'll probably even look at it from the other angle. Well, we won't be able to see it from the other angle. But that nice sliding stop. He even looked to make sure he had it and was able to throw out the runner. And Knutson 2 down. And it brings up now Bryce Plucker, had an RBI double back in the first. He's 1 for 2. Here's the first pitch. Pops up. Lake giving it a look, but it will land out of play. And an 0-1 count. Our next game comes up at 4 o'clock. Sioux Falls West takes on Rapid City Post 320. Here's the 0-1. That's upstairs. 1-1 count. A 1-1 from Halligan. That will get to the backstop. Count goes now 2-1. Plucker looking for a second hit. Brandon Valley's looking for their first hit since the 2-out single by Grady Gindorf in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Watertown didn't have a hit until they got 3 in that top of the 5th. They scored 2 runs. Count rolls to 3-1 here. Good hitters count for Plucker. And he will draw the walk. And it is going to be a runner on at first with 2 away. No clean inning for Hunter Halligan. He was trying to make it 3 straight innings with the minimum faced.
Number 22, Brighton
But now it's Brighton
Stroh.
Stroh. I guess technically you still could if Bryce Plucker tries to steal and they throw him out like they did last inning with Caleb Severin. First pitch. There's a ground ball that'll be to Bisker at short. He'll underhand flip it to Everson covering. And that will take care of the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on base. To the bottom of the 5th to make that to the top of the 6th. It is a 3-2 lead for Brandon Valley over Watertown here at the state tournament on Hardhats TV. So it is the top of the 6th inning, and it is Felderman that still is out on the mound. And Watertown's got 4, 5, and 6. Marcus Pitkin, Sam Olson, and Jonathan Lake. 74 pitches thrown from Luke Felderman. Halligan has thrown 77 through 5 innings. Both are in a spot to at least go 6. And then can turn it over their bullpen in the 7th inning. Here's the 1-0 to Pitkin. Popped foul, that will get out of play, and the count's 1-1. And so a 2-1 count. The 2-1 pitch. That one will find the zone. The count's 2-2. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors for Watertown. They've stranded 4 guys on base so far. 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, and 4 men left on for Brandon Valley. That one will miss low and away, and the count's now full at 3-2. The 3-2. That one's grounded foul. And another full count pitch coming up. Can't see the number for Brandon Valley. That one guy in there has been he's been relaxed all game in that dugout. There it goes over to him again. Oh, he got a little scared of that one on that ground ball.
He's out in the sun. Maybe he's trying to get a tan.
I was going to say he is.
It's hot enough to do that.
But he's been in the same spot. I have not really paid attention when they've been hitting. I think he's standing up when they're hitting, but when they're in the field, that chair has been in the sun, and he has just been enjoying watching this baseball game. 3-2 pitch, that is line, that will be foul. And that hooks his way out of play. He did get up his chair that time to turn so he could look to see where that ball was going.
Maybe I have to get that lawn chair and I could call a game back in it.
Right, yeah, there you go. 3-2 pitch. Inside for ball 4, and Marcus Pitkin draws the leadoff walk, so the tying runner is on. With nobody out in this top of the 6th inning, and it brings up Sam Olson, who is 0 for 1 with the walk. This looks like it's going to be the end of the day for Luke Felderman. All the guys in the dugout are coming out to the dugout. So we will have a pitching change. A handshake as Felderman will come out of the ball game. A little bit of a hug as well, and we'll have the change coming up here in just a moment. Brandon Valley leads at 3-2 over Watertown here in the top of the 6th. Caleb Severin is on the mound now. The runner on at first with nobody out. Luke Felderman finishes his day. We'll give you his total here in just a moment. We can't close the book on him yet. But Caleb Severin's thrown at 33 2/3 innings. This will be his 5th appearance, relief appearance, 10th appearance overall. 2-3 record, 32 hits allowed, 21 runs, 14 of them earned, 25 walks, 32 strikeouts, a 2.91 ERA, a whip at 1.69. Batting average against at 248. First pitch strike percentage at 50% for Caleb Severin. And Sam Olson, the first man to greet him. Felderman threw a total of 83 pitches, going 5+ innings, 3 hits allowed, 6 walks, no strikeouts. First pitch is grounded foul over to the third base dugout, and it's an 0-1 count. Right now he's given up those 2 runs, but he is responsible for that runner over at first before his line total is officially done for the day. Severin was the DH, now into the ball game to pitch. There's a swing and a miss. It was off the glove of the catcher, so to second goes Pitkin. It's a pass ball, and the count is 0-2. Ground ball to the right side would move Pitkin over to third and put him at third with less than 2 outs. The 0-2. That is inside and counts now 1-2. Sam Olson 7 for 11 in this playoffs from the regional round to these now 2 games of the state tournament. Here's the 1-2. That is outside, and the count goes now 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. That one just misses low.
Good battle here for Olson.
And so now a 3-2 count. And the runner on at second and nobody out. The 3-2 from Severin. Ground ball to the right side. On the bag, it is a fair ball. The runner is out at first. And the runner will move to third and pick in. The tying run now 90 feet away for Watertown. And a productive out for Watertown. And now Jonathan Lake and Kai Paulson will have an opportunity to try and drive in that tying run here in the top of the 6th inning. Lake is 0 for 1, reached on a fielder's choice, and then he walked. First pitch, that is fouled away for strike 1. Oh, 1 count to Jonathan Lake, making an 0-2 count. That one catches the outside corner. Brandon Valley looking for their first strikeout of the ball game. The 0-2. This is fouled out of play. Felderman had 6 walks but no strikeouts. Caleb Severin in relief, trying to keep this a 3-2 lead for Brandon Valley to try and add on to the bottom of the 6th before having a chance to win it in the 7th. But Watertown, once down 3-0. 1 base hit away from making it a 3-3 game. 0-2 pitches low and away, and the count's now 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Taken for strike 3 on the outside corner. And there's now 2 down, and the first strikeout of the ball game for Brandon Valley. And it brings up Kai Paulson, who's 0 for 2. Trying to find any way to drive in that run. Blomgren's got to be a wall back behind home plate, too. Wild pitch, pass ball, ties the game at 3. First pitch will miss for ball 1. The 1-0. Now 2-0. On deck, Jackson McClemens, who had the first hit of the ball game for Watertown in that top of the 5th. Help kind of get things started for them to score 2 runs. 2-0 pitch, and Paulson was way late on it. Decision to swing was way too late. Handcuffed him. Counts now 2-1. Two 2-1 pitch. It's now 3-1. A 3-1 pitch here from Severin. Taken for a strike, and the count's now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Biggest pitch here so far of the game.
McClemens waiting on deck. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. He got him for strike 3, and after the leadoff walk, it is stranded over at third. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Brandon Valley still leads at 3-2 over Watertown. So it is the bottom of the sixth. Brandon Valley's got a chance to add on to their lead here as we'll have Coach Neal come out and talk to his catcher. The shin guard, I guess, a little bit of an issue for the catcher, Lake. And it will be Jack Blomgren, Max Peters, and Taylor Melby. He might reach his base. It'll be to Ryder Mueller. But an opportunity for Brandon Valley to add on to their lead before the top of the seventh inning. They have not scored since the first. They've gotten just one hit since the second inning. And they've only stranded one base runner on since then. Well, they got a clip that broke on the shin guard, on the right shin guard of the catcher for Jonathan Lake. So he's going to find another shin guard here, which will give us a chance. We'll pull up the brackets and we'll talk a little bit more about this too, because you see the home teams are listed for the rest of the state tournament. So the home teams today are all the higher seeds. The home teams tomorrow are predetermined. Yankton, they could be the higher seed than Brookings, but if Brookings were to lose, but Brookings will be the home team. And Brandon Valley and Watertown, well, Brandon Valley, the 4 seed, if they win, they'll be the home team. Doesn't matter if it's the 2 seed Sioux Falls West they play or the 6 seed Rapid City Post 320. All the home teams have been predetermined the rest of the way. And then you also see on that bottom on the game 11, it would be if Post 320 were to win tonight and Post 22 were to win tonight, well, Post 320 would be the home team here at the Fitz instead of over at Pete Lean Field. And so there is no more worrying about whose seed is higher. It is just then, again, determined through the rest of the state tournament is all on where the home team is listed at. So that's where I wonder if too. I'm going to try something here on the air if I can, because I wanted to say that we were talking about this game right here. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Now it's working.
The telestrator's working. So that's the game we were talking about, that because it could be Rapid City Post 320 and Rapid City Post 22 going right there. But it's the winner of this game will be the home team. They will face the loser of Sioux Falls West and Rapid City Post 320 for you. That's not very many times will I ever be able to get to use the telestrator the way I want to like that, but I've had time to actually use it for once in a broadcast. They got the new right shin guard, or maybe they were able to finish or to redo the strap for the right shin guard. And so we are ready to go now here for the bottom of the sixth inning with that little bit of delay. And it's now Jack Blomgren. I feel a little bit like John Madden. Being able to write all that, do
Just
all
got to
that stuff.
get a turducken.
maybe we can have that Saturday to celebrate the end of the state tournament. First pitch will miss for ball one. Blomgren is 1 for 2 with an RBI double. Have you ever had a turducken?
I have not. Have you?
I've never have. I think I would try it. I don't know if I'd spend money to buy it, but if somebody had a turducken, I'd try it. Counts 2-0. They'll probably all just taste like chicken anyway.
Yeah, most likely.
Blomgren had the RBI double that made it a 2-0 game at the time back in the bottom of the first. The 2-0 count. That pitch is over for a strike, and the count's 2-1. That is the 80th pitch of the day for Hunter Halligan. He is well within grasp of getting at least through 6 innings here for Watertown. 2-1 pitch is grounded over the shortstop. Sliding play by Bisker again. His throw to first is in time. And another strong play for Carter Bisker. You just see him make those plays look routine by making that sliding stop over at short and getting up and able to throw the man out for the first out here in the bottom of the sixth.
Max Peters.
Max Peters 1 for 3. He had the RBI triple that made it 3-0 for Brandon Valley. A diving attempt from Jackson Fallick nearly caught it, so would have kept it a 2-0. Actually would have made it a 1-0 game at the end of the inning. Or 2-0 game, excuse me, at the end of that inning. Here's a ground ball that is rolled up the first base line. McClemens will step on the base. And 2 quickly down here in the bottom of the sixth. And it brings up now the number 7 man, Taylor Melby. The game of inches of baseball. We talked about it throughout this entire, that first inning especially, that first inning. Actually going to be the Blomgren that's heading out to throw out in left field. Not sure if that was him or not. Looked like it was number 3, but Taylor Melby is coming to the plate. But 2 doubles down the right field and left field line that landed on the line for Brandon Valley, and then that diving attempt by Fallick that almost had it. All 3 runs could have either been a foul ball or a catch instead of RBI hits, as it counts 2-0. And that's right now the difference in this game.
It is.
Melby's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. He's got a 2-0 count right now. 2-0 is grounded foul. Melby slipped at the plate. He'll get back up. That didn't look so great at first. He's stretching out his back. Catcher and Jonathan Lake trying to move some maybe pebbles around it or feel for maybe a dead spot in that batter's box.
It's being used all day, so some spots are going to be a little rougher than others.
I was going to say, it's, you know, while the turf is an excellent feature, that a lot of times with dirt, I mean, you can move the dirt around and get it right back to where you want to. The turf starts to kind of sink in a little bit more, and it makes it a little bit more of a, not as easy of a spot to stand in. It will be a walk, though, to Melby. He'll draw the 2-out walk. 3rd walk issued right now by Halogen, and it will bring up the number 8 man in Ryder Mueller. Pitch number 88 is coming, make that 89 is coming up for Hunter Halogen, so he's got 16 pitches to work with to try and get through this 6th inning. First pitch is finding the zone for strike 1. Mueller 0 for 2. Popped out to first, ground out to short. Here's the 0-1. That's a chopper that is fouled down the third base line. And the count's now 0-2 here to Mueller. Caleb Severin is on deck. He is the pitcher. He was the DH, now the pitcher. And you have activity on the left field bullpen. Brandon Valley may be turning to a closer. Wasn't sure if it was Severin or not. Or excuse me, not Severin, but Blomgren, who has thrown 19 1/3 innings. It's upstairs, and the count's now 1-2. If it is him warming up, you expect that he'd probably be the guy to pitch, because otherwise Severin will have to wait a long time to get the warm-up tosses. Runner takes off, the throw to second, the tag applied, he is out at second, they throw out to Melby trying to steal, and that takes care of the inning. And it is no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We head to the 7th, a 3-2 lead for Brandon Valley over Watertown, as it is a 1-run game going into the 7th inning. It is going to be 8-9-1 here for Brandon Valley in the top. Make that for Watertown in the top of the 7th as Brandon Valley will try and close it out. The 3-2 lead. They scored all 3 of their runs in the first inning. Watertown scored 2 in the 5th. And 3 runs on 5 hits and 1 error. No runs, make that 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors for Watertown. Watertown has left 5 men on base. Brandon Valley has left 4 men on base. Blomgren was warming up in the bullpen out in left field, but he has to get the gear back on as Severin will stay in the ball game. Well, now he just got Sioux Falls West players in the left field bullpen. I thought maybe there's another Brandon Valley guy warming up, but just a Sioux Falls West player, not necessarily in the bullpen, but around the bullpen. It is Jackson McClemens, Jackson Fallick, and Cole Hansen. Watertown needs 1 run to tie, 2 to take the lead. Their season on the line. First pitch. That'll be to the backstop. Over the top of the head of everybody, and the count's 1-0. Here's the 1-0 from Severin. That is a strike, and the count's 1-1. Winner will take on the loser of Sioux Falls West and Rapid City Post 320 tomorrow at 1 o'clock. This is popped up. Will it stay in play? It will land out of play.
That was almost in here.
And it's hard to see where it was going to come down from, but it just landed to our left and almost bounced its way in here. If you've listened to any Pierre Governor post-8 broadcasts, it's all I want is 1 foul ball to be to be able to make a catch.
Be able to catch it
while on the air. This is going to be skied foul. That will get out of play, and the count will remain at 1-2. Severin has thrown, Hunter Halligan has thrown 92, but Severin's thrown now 20 pitches. He's trying to get the final 3 outs. 1-2. That one just misses, maybe a little bit outside as well, and the count's now 2-2. If we go to the bottom of the 7th, Ryder Mueller, Caleb Severin, and Grady Gindorf, it'll be 8-9-1. Here's the pitch again, 2-2. That one's fouled out of play. And another 2-2 pitch coming up. The 2-2 again. It's now 3-2. On deck, Jackson Fallick, the number 9 hitter. The payoff pitch, missing for ball 4. And a leadoff man on, the tying runner on at first to start this top of the 7th inning. It is now Jackson Fallick, who has walked and ground into a fielder's choice. He did score on the 2 RBI double, make that the 2 RBI single from Carter Bisker in the top of the 5th inning. He shows bunt, drops it down perfectly in front of the mound. The throw to first. The sacrifice is good, 1-3. There's 1 out, and the tying run has moved into scoring position. And so now it's Cole Hansen to the plate.
For Watertown, leadoff batter number 7, left fielder Cole Hansen.
Hansen is 1 for 3. He singled and scored in the 5th inning. The first pitch will miss for ball 1. Two runs on 3 hits, no errors for Watertown. 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Brandon Valley. A 1-0 pitch. That'll miss low, and the count's now 2-0. On deck, Kane Everson, and then the guy that got the 2 RBIs in Carter Bisker, if they can get to him. The 2-0 is outside, and it's now 3-0. You had Blomgren warming up in the left field bullpen. Do you go to him if he is walked, as if Severin walks another guy here? The 3-0 pitch. Outside for ball 4, and it's now first and second. The go-ahead run has now reached base. Time will be called, and everybody will head to the mound. We'll see what they want to do. Do they make the pitching change, or they keep with Caleb Severin? He has thrown 30 pitches. And the right now, we talked all week or all 2 days now about pitch counts, and he'd be available tomorrow. But this game is where it's sitting at. You're not thinking anything about tomorrow right now. It doesn't matter that he's thrown 30, or the only time it would matter is he's thrown 105th pitch.
Yeah.
You're either taking him out or you're keeping him in. You're not worried about where he's at in the pitch count mark. And so they will keep him in to try and still get this save. 1 out, runners at first and second. Our second great game of the day. We're 2 for 2 on great games. We'll see how this one ends. Will we end at the top of the 7th, or will we see a bottom of the 7th? First pitch is over for strike 1 to Kane Everson, who is 0 for 2 with a walk. Fighting for your season. Everson at the plate to try and tie the game up. Severin looking to get the final 2 outs. This is off the catcher. The throw will go to third, and sliding in safely. Great read by Jackson McClemens to get over to third base. Now we've got Coach Neal calling time. And so that will bring the mound visit again, because Coach Neal has called time. And have a conversation. I don't know if I've ever seen something like that.
I don't think I have either.
Where he's called everybody over. Some of it may be to bluff a potential suicide squeeze or some kind of squeeze play. The runner stayed over at first, by the way. Hansen's still over at first. The count is 1-1. The tying run 90 feet away. And then the flip side of it is, if you're Brandon Valley, went out there and said, this is what's happening if they're going to do a squeeze here, what you need to do. Because this could be the difference between a tie ball game or maybe winning a ball game. 1-1. There is the bunt attempt. It is dropped down the first base line. The ball game is going to be tied. A squeeze play worked out to perfection. The safety squeeze works, and we're tied at 3. A runner on at second now with 2 away. And this game is tied up at 3. So we will see the bottom of the 7th, but now Carter Bisker with an opportunity to try and give Watertown the lead with 2 outs. First pitch to Bisker is taken for strike 1. Again, Brandon Valley will have 7, 8, and 9, make that 8, 9, and 1 in the 7th inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one will get away. And to third will go, make that Hansen. Count is 1-1. He was probably going to score regardless on a base hit, but now there's no question a base hit scores. Hansen over at third, and also a wild pitch can give Watertown the lead.
Be tough. Come on. Take care of it.
They've scored this run with 2 sacrifice bunts and without a base hit in the inning. Ground ball over to first. It is backhanded. The throw to first, and on the bag, he is out at first. Bisker is out, but he is hurt as he rolled his ankle at first base. Staying with it was Peters. He was able to throw it to Severin, who was covering, and that will take care of the top of the 7th inning. A run scores on no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 7th. It is 3-3. Brandon Valley with a chance to try and walk it off in the bottom of the 7th. Here at the Fitz in the state tournament on Hardhats TV. So we are in the bottom of the 7th. It is a 3-3 tie between Brandon Valley and Watertown. The winner stays alive in the state tournament. The losing team will end their season in heartbreak, whether it be a walk-off loss or an extra inning loss. First pitch swinging, popped up into shallow center field. Carter Bisker, who is back out there on the field after rolling his ankle at first base, makes the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, it will bring up the number 9 man in Caleb Severin.
Now batting the pitcher number 4, Caleb Severin.
He is the pitcher here for Brandon Valley. Runners and empty bases, 1 out, bottom of the 7th. First pitch is over for strike 1. Brandon Valley has not scored since the first inning. Here's the 0-1. That one is over, and the count's now 0-2. They've not got a base hit since the second inning. They've only stranded 1 base runner on since the second. This is popped up. Will it stay in play? And watching it fall out of play is the third baseman, Paulson. And the count's now 0-2, still 0-2. Hunter Halligan, he has thrown his 96th pitch. 9 pitches left to work with. He's trying to get through 7 complete, and then he probably will turn it over in the 8th inning to his bullpen as the count's now 1-2. Grady Gindorf, the top of the order, is due up next for Brandon Valley. That one will be grounded foul. And it is still a 1-2 count. One-two pitch again coming here to Caleb Severin. 2-2. Halligan now at 3-2. This will be pitch number 101 for Hunter Halligan. If he can get 2 outs at 104 pitches or less, he'd be able to get potentially through the 7th inning. But he's nearing the end of the line. 3-2 pitch. This is skied up in the air. Bisker backing up, still looking for it. The left fielder in Hanson will call for it to make the catch. And 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. And so it is an opportunity for Halligan to get through all 7. Grady Gindorf, who is 1 for 3. The top of the order here for post 131. First pitch, swing and a miss for strike one. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. This will be pitch number 104 for Hunter Halligan. So if he does not get Gindorf out, he has to allow Gindorf to reach base, otherwise this will be his last batter. 0-2 pitch is taken for strike three in a 1-2-3 bottom of the seventh inning. We will head to extras. Free baseball here in game 2 of day 2. 3-3 heading to the 8th between Brandon Valley and Watertown. So we had 2 extras. It is the top of the 8th and a 3-3 tie between Brandon Valley and Watertown here on Hardhats TV. It is going to be a 4, 5, and 6. Severin stays on the mound. You would expect that there will be a new starting pitcher, or a new pitcher, not just starting pitcher, but a new pitcher for Watertown, because Hunter Halligan's thrown 104 pitches. As there's a swing and a miss for strike one. Technically, he can come out and throw for the first batter, and that would be his last batter, but you probably want to have your new pitcher start a clean inning, as it counts 2-0. Here to Marcus Pitkin. He drew a walk in the 6th, drew a walk as well in the 2nd inning. Our first extra inning baseball game of this state tournament. Counts now 3, make that 2-1. Regular baseball rules, no runner on second with nobody out, no California rule with a runner on second and 1 out. It is straight baseball until we have a winner, as there's a 3-1 count. Host 22 hosted the state tournament back in 2022. It was Pierre and Brandon Valley that played an extra inning game on Elimination Day, the first day. That one's over first, trying to make it 3-2. Pierre end up with the win over Brandon Valley. (3-2) on its way. Swing and a miss and a strikeout of Marcus Pitkin, only the 2nd strikeout of the ball game for Brandon Valley's pitching staff. 2nd strikeout for Severin. And there is one down now for Sam Olson. And we'll see who that pitcher will be in the bottom of the 8th inning for Watertown. They're looking to try and take the lead here in this top of the 8th inning. That pitch will miss low, and the count's 1-0 here to Sam Olson. It's a rare 0 for day right now, 0 for 2 for him. The count's now 1-1. He has been as hot as any hitter in the playoffs, probably the hottest hitter in the playoffs. Here's the 1-1. That's fouled away, and the count's now 1-2. The 1-2 pitch here from Severin. That's outside. 2-2 the count. In Sioux Falls West and Rapid City Post 320 will play next. That's a 4 o'clock start. That pitch is fouled away. Right now that is 54 minutes until first pitch of that game, and that probably then leads to still starting on time.
Yeah.
They just have to be a little bit quicker of getting into the dugout than they have been in the, well, I guess Sioux Falls West hasn't had to worry about it. They were the first game of the day yesterday. Just have to be a little bit quicker, though, to get loosened up and ready to go than any other time in this state tournament. The count's 3-2 now to Sam Olson. The 3-2. Ball forward to Sam Olson, and he is on with 1 out. Jonathan Lake, 0 for 2. Drew a walk in the 4th. Fielder's choice in the 2nd. Struck out looking in the 6th. Go-ahead run is on at first with 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Severin from the stretch. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. And we'll have another mound visit here. Trying to settle down Severin. They're still ground ball away from getting out of this inning. A double play turn, and all of a sudden it's to the bottom of the 8th we go, but that also could mean that we're all 1 pitch away from Watertown taking the lead if Lake can find a gap. So with a runner on at first, 1-0 count. Nobody, 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. It is Jonathan Lake waiting on the 1-0 pitch. That one's popped foul left side. That should hook its way out of play, and it does. And so the count goes to now 1-1.
Remember to return all foul balls to the ticket booth for a $1 reward thanks to our friends at Veterans Plumbing.
Outfield straight away. Didn't feel that double play depth. Wind blowing straight in. Here's the 1-1. Line shot to right center field. That's down for a base hit. Rounding second, stopping there is Olson. It was booted by Melby for a moment, but Olson stays put at second. The 4th hit of the ball game now for Watertown. And it is 1st and 2nd with 1 out. And it will bring up Kai Paulson to the plate. Boy, what a game this has been.
Third baseman number 14, Kai Paulson.
2 really good games here for day 2 of the state tournament.
The winter bracket games have a lot of work to do to try and compete with how good these games have been. Swing and a miss for strike 1. If we can have this the rest of the tournament, there will be a upset baseball fan around the state. I think there'll probably be upset fans of 7 teams that didn't win the state tournament, but if you're a baseball fan just watching some good baseball, you're not going to leave upset about it. 0-1 pitch will bounce in. Good block there by Blomgren. It will be 2, 3, and 4 for Brandon Valley in the bottom of the 8th inning with Knutson, Plucker, and Stroh. Will they be able to try and get one to win, or will they need something to tie? The 1-1. Count is now 1-2. Paulson 0 for 3. 2 pop-outs and a strikeout. The 1-2 pitch. That one is fouled at the plate, and Paulson stays alive. And we'll do it again here at 1-2. One, two from Severin. Swing and a miss, and a big strikeout. Second strikeout of the inning. 4th strikeout of the ball game for Severin. 2 down, and it brings up Jackson McClemens. McClemens singled in the 5th inning. Was the first of the ball game. Runners at first and second, 2 away. Jackson McClemens trying to drive in that go-ahead run. First pitch is popped up. Blomgren will watch this one land out of play. And the count is 0-1. A walk to Sam Olson, a single to Jonathan Lake. A strikeout for Marcus Pitkin to lead off the inning. A strikeout of Kai Paulson. The 0-1 pitch inside, and it's now 1-1. On deck, the number 9 hitter in Jackson Fallick. A 1-1. That'll miss low. Another good block there by Blomgren. And the count's now 2-1. Severin from the stretch. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. McClemens pulled his head out on it. Swings over the top of it, and the count's now 2-2. Deuce is wild here in the top of the 8th. 2-2 with 2 on and 2 out. Looking for the 3rd strikeout of the inning is Severin. The 2-2 on its way. Outside, full count. And everybody will get a head start. For sure, a base hit scores the run. The full count pitch here from Caleb Severin to Jackson McClemens. Taken for ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Jackson Fallick to the plate. 2 walks and a single here in the inning. That is the 10th walk of the ball game by Brandon Valley. 6 from Felderman, 4 now from Severin. Here's the first pitch to Fallick with the bases loaded and 2 away. It'll miss for ball 1. The go-ahead run 90 feet away. Blomgren will go out and talk to his pitcher in Caleb Severin. Again, Hunter Halligan threw 104 pitches at the end of that 7th inning. He technically can come out and throw the first batter. I don't know if Coach Neal will want to do that. Well, it would be nice if he would go out there and you knew he was going to get the first out if you're Watertown, and then you can go get the next pitcher in. But probably will be a start of the clean inning and a new pitcher for Watertown. To see 2, 3, and 4. This is number 9 man, 1-0 pitch. Line shot to right center field, down for a base hit. Multiple runs are going to come in to score. They will hold the runner at third. It's a 2-out, 2 RBI single for Jackson Fallick. And it's a 5-3 lead for Watertown. The number 9 man comes through. And they lead it 5-3. They will change pitchers with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. We will come back and tell you the change in just a moment. Watertown has taken the lead here in the 8th, 5-3 over Brandon Valley. So we are back. It is the top of the 8th. Runners at first and third. And a 2 RBI single for the number 9 man, Jackson Fallick, has given Watertown a 5-3 lead. It's now Brighton Stroh on the mound to try and get the final out of this 8th inning and give Brandon Valley a chance in this 8th inning, needing to score at least 2 runs right now. Stroh has thrown 11 2/3 innings. He has got now his 8th relief appearance. All his appearances have been relief. He's got 4 saves, 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 12 walks, 15 strikeouts, a 1.8 ERA, 1.54 whip. As the first pitch will miss for ball 1. And 154 batting average against. Can't close the book yet for Caleb Severin as he has got responsible for the guys at first and third. This is fouled back. And the count's now 1-1. Here's the 1-1 from Stroh to Hansen. That's a delayed steal and easily stealing the base. They give up that runner to second, and it's now second and third with a 2-1 count. And another 2 runners in scoring position here. Stroh will go from the windup. The 2-1 pitch. That is outside, and it's now 3-1. Base open at first, so you don't have to give in here at 3-1. And then it'll be Kane Everson, who had a safety sweet squeeze sack bunt to tie the game up in the top of the 7th inning. That one will be ball 4, and the bases are loaded again. And it's now Kane Everson to try and extend the lead out here for Watertown post 17. Everson 0 for 2. Has also drawn a walk so far.
11 walks given out here in this game from Brandon Valley.
Wow. Doesn't win you a whole lot of ball games, but yet Brandon Valley, well, right now they've got to score runs in the 8th inning. They've kept themselves in this game, even with the 11 walks. That's upstairs for ball 1. He had 6 from Felderman, 4 from Severin, and now Stroh walks the first guy that he faces. A 1-0 pitch. This is Pop's foul. That will get out of play. A 1-1 count here to Everson.
Hey, 2 outs, let's be Wheeler.
1-1 now from Stroh. That one's staying for a strike, and now Brandon Valley a strike away from getting out of this inning. They will have 2, 3, and 4 due up in the bottom of the 8th inning. Knutson, Plucker, and Strode. They need right now at least 2 runs. They got to get this out to keep it a 2-run deficit. And a good swing there by Kane Everson. He was fooled, but he kept his hands back and able just to foul off the breaking ball. They stay alive at 1 and 2. A 1-2 pitch. Count is now at 2 and 2. Bases are loaded. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. 2 runs have already scored for Watertown. They once trailed 3-0 in the bottom of the 1st. All momentum was for Brandon Valley. Now it's a 5-3 lead here in extras in the 8th inning. The 2-2. That one misses low, and it's a full count again. And a head start again for everybody on base. The 3-2 pitch on its way. That is taken for strike 3 and ends the inning. A big strikeout for Bryden Stroh to get Kane Everson, and that will take care of the 8th. But 2 runs will score as they do so with 2 hits, no errors, and 3 men left on base. To the bottom of the 8th, Watertown leads at 5-3 over Brandon Valley. It is Trip Jorgensen on the mound for Watertown in a 5-3 lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. As Watertown is trying to hold on, they were down 3-0 after the bottom of the 1st. But only 1 hit allowed since that 1st inning. As the first pitch will miss for ball 1. Hunter Halligan goes 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. This is fouled out of play. And the count's now 1-1. Caleb Severin officially 2 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. 2, 3, and 4 here for Brandon Valley in the bottom of the 8th inning. The 1-1 is upstairs. Knutson, Plucker, and Stroh. Knutson and Plucker each with a hit so far. It's now a 3-1 count. Brandon Valley must score at least 2. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That one is flown out to left field. That is slicing, but over is Hanson to make the catch for the first out. Here in the bottom of the 8th. Jorgensen, by the way, he has thrown 42 1/3 innings. This is only his 4th relief appearance and 13 overall. But he does have a save, a 2-5 record with a save, 50 hits, 42 runs, 20 of them earned, 35 walks, 42 strikeouts, a 4.63 ERA and a 2.01 whip. First pitch inside for ball 1 to Bryce Plucker. He had an RBI double back in the first inning. Here's the 1-0. That'll hit him. Then it goes off the mask and maybe hit the hand as well as the catcher, Lake. And so the tying run will come to the plate. They will check on Lake. And it will bring up the number 4 hitter, Brighton Stroh, who is 0 for 3. Lake says he's okay. Coach Neal will go back to the first base dugout. And Brighton Stroh will dig in.
The pitcher, number 22, Brighton Stroh.
Stroh has 2 home runs on the season. Here's the first pitch. That will hit him. And his first and second. Back-to-back hit by pitches. Puts the tying runner on at first. And now Coach Neal pops out of the first base dugout. And he will make a pitching change. And we'll see a new man on the mound. Sam Olsen is going to come into the game. But we will tell you the change here in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. This ball game isn't over yet. 5-3 in the bottom of the 8th with a tying run on at first with 1 out. So it'll be Carter Bisker now on the mound with 1 out, runners at first and second. Sam Olsen comes in the game to play second. Everson moves from second to short. Bisker has a 1-1 record with 2 saves. This will be his 9th relief appearance, and he's only thrown 7 1/3 innings. 6 hits, 5 runs, 7 walks, 9 strikeouts, a 4.77 ERA, 1.77 whip. First pitch is a ground ball to the second baseman, Olson. Back in, over to second. He is out at second for the second out. Runners will be at first and third with 2 away. Watertown now an out away from picking up the win. A fielder's choice for Blomgren. He is going to run for himself. And it's now Max Peters. Third baseman Paulson will come in onto the green turf where the infield grass would be. Runners at first and third and 2 away. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. The tying run's over at first. You're going to try and throw the man out at second if he steals. You're not overly concerned that runner scoring from third. You would like to get that last down, which also you're probably not sending that runner to steal either, because you don't want to get that last down on a stolen base attempt. Max Peters tripled homer run back in the first inning. Here's the 1-1. That is outside. The count's 2-1. Brandon Valley still looking for their first hit since the second inning. That is taken for a strike, and it's now 2-2. And Max Peters says that one didn't look as good as that last pitch did. But the count's now 2-2. The deuces are wild. The 1 strike away for Watertown to try and win and advance to tomorrow afternoon. 2-2 swung on and missed, and Watertown will come away with the win. Down 3-0 after the first. They will win it 5-3 in the 8th. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 men left on base. A 5-3 win for Watertown over Brandon Valley. We'll come back and wrap it up in just a moment. Watertown survives and advances. As we welcome you back, it is a final score, 5-3 in 8 innings. Watertown defeats Brandon Valley, 5 runs on 5 hits without an error, 3 runs on 5 hits, and 1 error for Brandon Valley. John Wickler alongside Wyatt Simmons, and Wyatt, you confirmed with me during that little break, no hits for Brandon Valley after the second inning. They never got a base hit the rest of the way.
Yeah, that's tough. And they that first inning, they were blazing hot. I believe they had four hits on their first 6 batters, so they were really rolling on early, and then get there to the second inning, only able to get 1 hit. You allow Watertown, as they got their hits kind of starting the 5th inning there where they got the runs on, and then right after there, the wheels just came off for Brandon Valley.
It is 5 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and 9 men left on base for Watertown. Brandon Valley had 3 runs on 5 hits, 1 error, and 6 men left on base for Brandon Valley. Time of the ball game was 2 hours and 31 minutes going into extra innings. It will be Hunter Halligan that will be the winning pitcher as he throws all as the regulation 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 of them earned, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Carter Bitsker will grab the save as he got the final 2 outs of the ball game. He picked up a strikeout on top of it all. No walks. He had no runs, no hits in that 2/3 of an inning. Trip Jorgensen, he threw an inning, a third of an inning. He did not have a walk, strikeout, run, or hits as he hit 2 different guys. But the losing pitcher will end up being Caleb Severin, who was responsible for the 2 runs that came in to score in that top of the 8th inning as he goes 2 2/3, 2 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Luke Felderman throws 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 6 walks. 11 walks in the ball game in total for Brandon Valley. And you look at that they didn't get a hit since the second inning. They had 11 walks in the ball game. And I know that that's what Coach Van Heel's going to say, hey, that's what lost us the ball game. But
Right.
when you look at those two stats and you just say that out loud, to be in the ball game tells you how good Brandon Valley is.
Yeah, and at the start there, their bats were super hot, and then I just kind of like what I said earlier, they just fell off. I don't know what happened, if defense just wasn't playing good. They had one error there, but after that, the wheels just came off for Brandon Valley.
So their season does come to an end. Watertown will advance. They will now await the loser of our final game, which will be, our next game. Sioux Falls West and Rapid City Post 320. Watertown will be the home team tomorrow against either Sioux Falls West or Rapid City Post 320, which is coming up at 4 o'clock here this afternoon. So that's about 24 minutes from now. We're scheduled to go on the air on Hardhats TV at 3:50, but we'll see if that actually happens. Both teams will have to take infield, outfield. Probably will end up being more like a 4 o'clock on the air and a 4:10 first pitch at this point, unless they move very, very quickly. But a win for Watertown, 5-3 in the 8th inning over Brandon Valley to fight off elimination, and they will advance to take on the loser of this next game between Sioux Falls West and Rapid City Post 320. Back on the air, we're going to shoot for 4 o'clock to be back on the air here on Hardhats TV, 4 o'clock Mountain Time, for our third game and our first of 2 double elimination games here on Hardhats TV in the 2026 South Dakota American Legion State Tournament.